Discussing the India-China LAC developments, let's first try to see what will happen in the 8th Senior Commanders meeting, which is likely to be held in last week of October. As we discussed, or as we know, the 7th Senior Commanders meeting, which happened on 6th of October, during that meeting, it was decided, the Chinese proposed a plan for disengagement and de-escalation. As per the open source reports, the Chinese have proposed that India should first pull back, or both sides should first pull back. The tanks and the artillery guns or the heavy gun systems should be pulled back. That should be followed by the infantry. And this is a proposal that has been proposed by China and being discussed in the Indian-China study group and whereas the higher bodies, where it will finally be decided, and thereafter during the 8th Senior Commanders meeting, which will be likely to be last week of October, we expect that this final proposal will be either accepted or some counter proposal will be provided. So what is the exact situation and what is the situation when the 8th meeting will be held? Firstly, the standstill agreement, which had said during the 6th meeting, as we know, both sides had agreed that we will not expand beyond the present positions which have been occupied on the ground. And so far that situation persists, as also it was stated that we will not escalate or carry out any vertical escalation as well. So that situation continues, so there is a standstill agreement. It is also seen that there is no expansion of the geographic space which has been attempted by both sides during this period. And the discussion now will be that whether India should accept the Chinese proposal, because earlier, as was discussed, it was the infantry disengagement to take place first and then the de-escalation by the artillery and the armored units or the tank units which are there. It was felt that the chance of a trigger or a clash is much higher if the two infantry sides are face to face. But so once the two infantry sides pull back, there is a reduction of the possibility of clash between the two sides, and then the armored and the tanks and the artillery, they can also pull back. However, the Chinese have now proposed the other way around, so it remains to be seen whether India will accept or reject this proposal. From the Indian perspective, and I'm not talking of purely from what the officials are thinking, but I'm saying just purely from the view of a military analyst, it is evident that the Chinese PLA will have certain degree of advantage if the tanks and the artillery is pulled back first. Because if both sides pull back the artillery and tanks, the Chinese side, having better communications, better access and mobility, they will be able to push back the artillery and tanks if required in a much faster time frame during the pre-winter period. And we are not talking essentially of the winter, but China may have the advantage during winter also. But during the pre-winter period, since they have the advantage of the communications, they will be able to do this in a much faster time frame. Whereas on the Indian side, there are constraints due to the terrain and the communications which are available. On the Indian side, there are two passes which have been shown in red. These are the Changla and the Marmikla. Now these passes are the two, one of the highest passes in the world, which are motorable. In the winter season, these passes are going to be completely covered, and any possibility of movement of tanks or artillery through this during the winter is not really possible. Whereas if you look towards the Chinese side of the line of actual control and you see the G219 which is there, now the G219 and the connectivity from the G219 onto the line of actual control is far better, and even the tanks and artillery can be moved up if required. In case the guns and artillery are pulled back first, and then in case China wants to sort of escalate, because there is lack of trust and lack of confidence, and that is why I think this sort of situation. What could be then the scenario for de-escalation? And that would be no forward movement, of course, disengagement, and after disengagement, negotiate the status quo, and the disengagement could go as per the Chinese plan, or the India could give some counter proposal. On the other hand, if this proposal is rejected, then there will be a continuing standoff between the two sides. Now the standoff between the two sides obviously has got a major disadvantage, not only to China but also to India, because the winter is setting in. The temperatures on the lakes in those areas are started and the water is freezing. Very heavy winds are flowing, and we anticipate that snows will be coming just in a week or so. So under the circumstances, deteriorating situation, it will be very difficult